Welcome to my UDK tutorial video. This time we'll be looking at material importing and creation along with the landscape toolset. When importing a texture, always make sure its resolution is to the power of 2, for example 512 by 512. Creating normal maps are a great way to bring life to your materials. I recommend going to www.crazybump.com and downloading the trial program. Crazybump allows you to import your texture and render out normal, displacement, occlusion and specular maps. In the description below I have linked the texture shown in this video and its maps for you to download and experiment with. Open up UDK, then go to your content browser and import your textures. Seen here is the example texture and its maps. Give the package a name so you can keep track of your textures. Once they are loaded in, we can now create our material. Right-click an empty space and choose New Material. Or you can right-click your texture and select New Material. Make sure to give your material a unique name. Here I've gone for _mat at the end of the diffuse name. Now, right-click your new material and select Edit using Material Editor. Inside the Material Editor, there are various nodes and functions. For now we will focus on the diffuse, specular and normal nodes. While holding down Ctrl, drag the texture over and connect its top node to diffuse. Your texture will now appear in the preview window. Go back to the content browser and drag and drop your normal and specular textures into the Material Editor. Now link up the specular texture to the specular node, and the normal texture to the normal node. To apply the changes to the material, hit the green tick at the top left corner. Now, select your material, then create a BSP brush using the Builder brush. And there you have it. You have successfully imported textures into UDK and created them into material for use in your game world. You can change the material's properties on the brush by clicking on a face and hitting F5. Here you can change its alignment, scaling and position on the selected face. Take a moment to experiment with these options. That concludes the material importing and creation section of this video. In the next section, we will now be looking at the landscape editing tools. To begin with, open a new map template and delete the 2 boxes in the world. In our left toy box, under Modes, click the Landscape toolbox. You will now be presented with a window that will be our core tool palette during this next part. Scroll down to the Create New section. For this tutorial, type in 127 by 127 in the height map size section then click New Landscape. Your new terrain should now be visible. Under brush size, change it to 1024 if it is not already. Then scroll up to the Paint Tools section. Currently, we are in paint mode. While holding down Control, left-click drag along the terrain to raise the elevation. With each click, you can continue to raise the elevation. Have a go at creating a mounting and raised elevation around it. You can smooth down areas with the Smooth tool. The Flatten tool allows you to carve flat surfaces into your terrain. The Thermal Erosion tool simulates, for instance, soil being transferred from the top to the bottom. The Hydraulic Erosion tool creates erosion by water. The Noise tool applies noise to your terrain. This concludes the basic use of materials and landscape creation. In my next video, I will be showing you how to create a landscape material, then paint it to your terrain. Thank you for watching.